Getting my basket ready for brisket tonight. I've got a little bit of apple, a little bit of hickory, and some Kingsford charcoal. Got my snifter ready for a little bit later, and in a minute I'll set the basket inside and start getting ready. So I've lowered the basket inside. It should be ready to start a little bit later tonight. Okay, I've rubbed both sides down with mustard, and now I've just rubbed with salt and pepper all over. I'm right about to go outside and get the fire started, but this is the brisket we're going to put on tonight. Okay, the next step is getting the charcoal started. I've started soaking this in lighter fluid. I do that and let it soak for about 10 minutes before I light it, and then we'll get her going. Just lit the coals. We're going to let those burn down till they get good and white hot, and then we'll dump them in and start getting the smoker up to temp. Okay, the coals are pretty much ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and pour them on top of the basket. Kind of spread them out in there. And then this little, it's a pie plate that's got a bunch of holes in it. I'm going to set that on top. And I'm going to put the first grate inside. And then got a brand new grate. There we go. And then we're going to put the lid on. I've got all the dampers open. I even took the one that's down here, you see it in the dark, off. So we're gonna let it get up to temp before we put the brisket on. Okay, so we've got the coals in. We're allowing the temp to start to come up. Probably let it get to let's see what we have. Maybe 270 or so before we put the brisket in. Then I'll start adjusting the dampers to bring the temperature down. Right around 220. Okay, the smoker's still coming up to temp with everything wide open. Right now it's about 225. Let's see if we can get it close in there. And maybe 230. See what we are down here. Oh, about 220. 230 something. So yeah, we'll let it get up probably in the 250 range, 260, and we'll put the brisket on, and then we'll try to bring it back down to 225. Okay, checking back on the temp. The bottom thermometer's at 250, and we're 230s up here on the top. Getting real close. Okay, got the brisket outside now. Getting ready to put her on. I'll take a picture or a video in just a second of the way I've got it setting inside. Okay, I have placed the brisket inside. I'm going to go get my thermometer and get that inserted, and then we'll be ready to close her up. All right, finally got the brisket in. I got a new thermometer. Got off Amazon. It's actually got a reading here inside, and also you can see where I put the probe in the brisket. Everything's looking good. I'm going to close it back out. Try to get a pretty good seal on the lid, and won't open it up until tomorrow morning at some point. Okay, it's a little bit after 4 a.m. Just wanted to show the temp is still holding steady. It was actually right around 230. I've been thinking for a long time we've been running at about 220, 225, but it's been a little bit warmer than that. So internal temp of the meat is 171. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off and wrap it for the remainder of the cook. Alright, so I pulled the brisket off, and I'm about to wrap it up, and we'll put her on for the remainder of the smoke. So I put the brisket on probably 9 or 9:30 last night. It's currently 8 a.m. I've had it wrapped for probably 2.5 hours. We're at 181, and all just to show you, I meant to show this earlier in the video. I've got everything closed. It's been closed for the majority of the cook. This damper is just barely open, but as you can see, the UDS is actually hotter than it normally runs. 181 for the brisket. We're running at 241 cooking. Okay, just an update. Brisket's still on. We're running a little warmer than we normally do, but the dampers are almost. We'll close that one back down. We're around 240, and let's see what the meat. 198. So we got about 7 degrees before we're done. We'll check back in a little bit. Okay. Looks like right now we're the brisket's at 203, temp holding at 230. Another degree or two, and we'll pull it off. But everything's looking good. This new thermometer has worked out really nice. So 203 on the brisket, and we're 230 on the grate where it's actually cooking at. Everything is looking really good. And once I get it pulled off, we'll let it rest for a few hours, and then we'll take a look and cut it up. All right, bye. All right, got the brisket unwrapped from resting. About to cut it out of the butcher paper and start slicing it up. So brisket turned out pretty good. Almost every piece is tastes pretty good, and everything worked out all right. Thanks.